just us two, me and you. Every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Jerry and Jamie 2 Up. I'm Jerry,
And I'm Jamie.
and we are back for another week. It's nice and warm here. No, not really.
It's not.
But we're glad to be back. Semi-glad to be back. No?
Speak for yourself.
We hope you guys are doing well. We hope, man, we're seeing a bunch of snow back east. So we're glad we're here and not there.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I talked to a couple of my friends back there, and they said they're getting a little more snow than they usually get, which is kind of a bummer. But hopefully it mellows out before, because it's supposed to be, the Farmer's Almanac had a thing for us too. It's supposed to be pretty bad, right?
Yeah. So we actually had a dusting of snow on Monday evening, and they're talking about a potential of freezing rain tonight
So
that might bother the commute in the morning. So here's a teacher hoping. I doubt it'll happen, but yes, they are predicting a very heavy, wet winter. And the Simpsons apparently prognosticated that we're supposed to have like 9 days of winter shutdown.
Apocalyptic shutdown.
Yes.
So this is from the teacher who's been back to work for 3 days. Yeah. So.
Yes,
So
the kids are crazy.
we're gonna go ahead and get started here. As you guys know, we try to do anywhere between 30-45 minutes. Try not to waste too much of your time. We talk about everything, basically 2 wheels and sometimes 3 and whatever. But so this week our opening thoughts are, first thing we want to say is we are so happy for our Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Wreck 'em.
They're playing in the Big 12 championship this week.
Yes.
Against BYU. They are the number 4 team in the college football standings. So that means we would get a bye. If we could win this game, that would be huge.
Yes.
Coach McGuire signed for 7 years, so he's not going anywhere, and he's not going to pull Lane Kiffin. So we're looking pretty good there. And then, folks, I'm so proud of my New Mexico Lobos. So 9-3, the best season they've had in 30 years. They should be in the championship game, but there's 3 teams tied, and they were on the outside looking in.
Well, and I have to say I'm disappointed. You don't have anything up there about the Broncos.
And the Broncos, look.
I mean,
the Broncos are the Broncos.
They're better than we've been in a long time.
In a long time. So that's our football thing. Oh, and also last week we did a cruise, and just got back from Mexico, which was great. We had to sit on the beach a couple days, and it was 80 degrees and that sort of thing. So
I got to hang out in the water in a hammock.
Yeah, you did, right?
Yes.
And so we're back, and things are going. We're at episode number 20, so we want to thank you guys for that. And we're going to just jump right in here today. So the first thing we're going to look at is Triumph announced their 2026 Tiger Sport 800.
I saw you post that.
This thing looks amazing.
It's a pretty bike.
It is a very pretty motorcycle. And the thing I really like about it, folks, is I really like the idea of it comes with everything, right? Bags, everything it comes with. It's a great platform. That triple motor is amazing. It actually looks really good. I think the color is really nice. It looks really good. And then if you look down at some of the stats that they have, what I was surprised about was the horsepower. It's making 113 horsepower, which is pretty darn good for an 800. That's 7 more horsepower than my 1100 makes. So that's pretty cool.
This seems backwards.
And then also, if you look at the The seat height is huge. It's 50, or I'm sorry, the seat height's 32.6, which is pretty tall still. Um, I'm sure some of you would like to see that a little lower, but the weight's 511, so it's right around the same weight as my 1100. The fuel tank's 4.9 gallons. So depending on what the fuel consumption is, says they get 45 miles a gallon. I get almost 50 on the DCT Honda. But folks, I think, and we're going to talk about this later when I look at the Cycle World's top 20 bikes or top 10 bikes that they have. We are in a great time for the sport touring motorcycle. And it is really, really exciting. I have to say, I'm really stoked with this. The new Honda, the 1000 GT, looks amazing. Everybody's talking about it. I'm wondering if I made a mistake by buying mine a little too soon. Don't tell her that. But I still think it's not going to be the best for 2-up touring. But for 1-up touring, I think it's going to be great. But it's so I like that. This is a thing that I kind of stumbled across. So I know many of you from back in the day know about the Kawasaki 900. Well, this thing broke a record at the auction and went for $82,500.
That's beautiful.
My uncle used to have one of these. It is a beautiful motorcycle. I will say $82,000 is a lot of money, but if you look at it, that is pure motorcycle muscle right there from back in the day. And it just and it kind of started the big horsepower type motors and everything. And so I just thought I would kind of show that to you. $82,000 it went for. So the next time you guys have an extra 85 grand laying around, you could have one too. Right, Jamie?
Don't even think it.
No. I'm still fighting off a cold, folks, so sorry about that.
Again, not still. He got another one on the cruise.
Yeah, all them damn people on the ship. And so this is where, and so now we're going to talk about, so we went over Ryder's top 10 list a couple weeks ago, remember? Mm-hmm. Well, Cycle World's got me even more baffled. So, Cycle World came out with their best of 2025. And the first thing they lead off with is, I love all these ads that they have. I don't know how to get rid. There we go. Stop seeing this ad. The best adventure bike for 2025 was the BMW R13 GS Adventure. I think we could have all seen that coming. Folks, I don't know about you. I like that motorcycle. I actually think it looks pretty cool. But for an adventure bike, I think it should just say adventure touring bike. Because I don't know many people who are going to take that off-road, not at 30 grand. And I mean, they're very capable, but I just don't see many people taking that off-road. Jamie and I would still, I would still like to have, I think it'd be a great 2-up touring bike. I know she's not a big fan of the looks of it, but
it looks huge in the front. Instead of, does this make my ass look big? It's just ginormous in the front.
Right. And
hey, Stuka Joe.
Stuka Joe, how are you, buddy? So he's one of my wargaming friends from my other channel. So if you couldn't tell by the name, by the way. The next one they talk about is the best cruiser. I know you guys are all riveted on your seats about this, and that is the Harley Davidson. This CVO, I like it. I don't know why the picture's so blurred. Maybe we're having some issues with internet speed. But I guess if you like that sort of thing, that would be the way to go. There's a better picture of it. I will say Harley does have nice looking colors on their motorcycles.
You know, they've nailed the color game.
They do have the color game down. And the best touring bike is the Honda Goldwing, which I think, folks, this is hard to argue with. If you're just going to pure touring bike, I think it's really, really hard to argue with. I won't say Jamie and I would never own one because I think they're great. And
Eventually, we probably will.
and if you're just going to touring and just going destination, and I think they're pretty good things. And so, hey Anthony, how are you, buddy? Another wargaming friend
From Delight, Arkansas. Never heard of it.
Yep, just down by Hot Springs, he said.
Okay.
So yeah, the Gold Wing. So again, the only other competitor here is the BMW 1600 and the RT, which I really like the RT as well.
Yeah,
But,
we've always liked the RT.
this I do not like. This color, folks.
That's an old station wagon.
It looks like an old station wagon. That's exactly
Ew.
right. And so I don't know why anybody would buy that color, but so they say the best standard motorcycles, the Royal Enfield Bear 650, which I do like this motorcycle a lot too.
It's the cafe racer style you like.
Yeah, I do like that. I do like just a clean, basic look of this motorcycle,
I like the colors.
and the colors are pretty cool. Best sport bike is the R9 Yamaha, and everybody says this thing's amazing. Maybe 20 years ago, it had been amazing for me, but I'm much too old for anything like that anymore. It just makes me hurt thinking about
Torture
it.
chamber.
This bike is intriguing and is one that I'm looking at to actually think about for the Star giveaway bike at this year's rally.
Okay.
Excuse me. The 750 Hornet. It's a nice looking bike, good price point, nice motor. Yeah, I kind of like it myself too. Lightweight street bike is the 2025 Royal Enfield Himalayan. Folks, I do not like the look of this motorcycle at all.
It doesn't look like a street bike. It looks like a dirt bike.
And it is kind of a dual sport, but it's I really like the older look of the Himalayan before the one that you guys all know with itchy boots and all that. I really like that one first. And then it goes into the dirt bikes. Oh, first we have the Panigale V4S, which again is a Ferrari basically, and beautiful looking motorcycle. I don't know why we have to have all these wings on a street bike. I don't know anybody around here who is going to be utilizing that speed and need a wing on their motorcycle, but it does look cool, I think. Jamie's not a big fan.
Nope.
And then it's just got a couple dirt bikes. So one of the things I'll ask you guys is what we missed there. There is not one mention of a sport touring bike there.
Nope. It goes from touring to sport bike.
So and there's tons of sport touring bikes out there. The Suzuki GT, the Yamaha Tracer, the Suzuki GS 1000. I mean, there's just so
Honda
many.
NT 1100.
The Honda NT 1100. There's just so many sport touring bikes out there. I just don't know why people are kind of ignoring that.
Or Kawasaki Versus.
Yeah, the Versus, that sort of thing. So this week's topic, Jamie really wants to talk about this.
Woohoo!
And the only reason I'm saying this, guys, is this week I posted a couple things about the Triumph and about the Honda, and there were probably 3 or 4 comments. I would never look at it because it's not shaft drive. Folks, I get it, but you are really limiting yourself on a motorcycle if you're only going to buy a shaft-driven motorcycle. And
most of the bikes we've had have been chain-driven.
Well, we've had 3 shaft-driven bikes, and
right,
yeah.
But the majority of them have been chain, and they haven't been an issue at all.
No, and I know some people, they talk about the maintenance, and we're going to talk about that. But today's chains, guys, is not hard. They are not hard to maintain. I just don't see why somebody would let that affect their buying process. Hey, you do you. It's all good, but I just don't understand why you would let that interrupt your buying process. But we're going to kind of look at some of the stuff here. So we're going to take a look at chain drive first, and we're going to look at some of the pros for chain driven. And these are just what I come up with. So lightweight. So you don't have the weight of a shaft drive, right? So that does add weight to the motorcycle. So they are lighter weight. The performance, shaft drives, it's 20% you lose. But it's just, there's a reason that GP bikes and all the race bikes are still using chain drives, and so performance is one issue, and then cost. It keeps the cost down on the motorcycle because of MSRP. It's just cheaper to have them on a motorcycle.
Cheaper to maintain.
Yeah. Now there are some cons, right? So maintenance, you have to lube a chain every once in a while, which, folks, if you've done it lately, not a big deal. It takes about 2 minutes. It's not hard to do at all. Today's chains are so good that if you just maintain them and clean them every once in a while, they're fine. I've never had an issue with maintenance on
That's a long time.
on a chain. Yeah, so I don't see wear and tear. So yes, you are every 15 to 20,000 miles, you're going to have to replace chain and sprockets. I did it on my Versys the last time, and I think $240 or something like that. So not a big deal. And again, some people will never even get through a chain. 20,000 miles for a lot of people is a lot of miles on a motorcycle. I'm not worried about a chain. I'm not worried about doing that. And then cost and replacement. Again, you've got to replace them every 20,000 miles. So you're looking at, we'll say $250. So over the lifetime of the bike, 100,000 miles, you're going to spend $1,000. Still cheaper than probably the MSRP on a shaft-driven motorcycle. So on a shaft drive, one thing I do like about a shaft drive motorcycle is I think they do look cool in the back. I do like that.
They look clean and they look more modern.
And a little more modern, but yeah. I guess, pros, there's no noise to them. Sometimes a chain, even though if you take care of a chain, they're not too bad, but you can hear a little noise. So shaft drive, you don't have any noise. Maintenance, you change the fluid in them every 30,000 miles or whatever, and they're good to go for the most part, unless you're riding an old school BMW and then they catch on fire sometimes. Longer lifespan. It should last the lifespan of your bike. So it's not a problem there. So those are the pros for a shaft drive. The cons, again, cost, probably $1,500 to $2,000 added onto the cost of a motorcycle. Performance, again, a lot of the XR, BMW XR runs around with a shaft drive. It's got plenty of performance, but you do see a drop in performance on that. And then weight. You're adding extra weight to the bike because of the shaft drive. And it may not seem that significant, but there is a weight thing to it. Now,
that was the Concourse, right? It was shaft driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that didn't, that was.
Well, but you talked about it being heavier. So that just adds to the weight.
Yeah. The Concourse was just a pig, but it was our favorite pig, though. I love that motorcycle. But we are having some work done on our HVAC, and they are actually doing some work. When they put in our HVAC, the strapping they use for the ducting work fell down. So they're out here doing that. So that's why we're doing that. But again, folks, it's just it's going to come down to, so who wins, a chain drive or shaft drive? And again, if you're allowing this argument to keep you from buying a motorcycle, then I guess it's that big a deal to you. I'm not going to limit my bike choices because of that. And to be honest with you, I like both bikes. I've never had a problem with either one. And so it's just not a thing to me. So basically the winner is, it still comes down to what your preference is and your riding style. I just, like I said, I don't understand the folks that just say, I would never buy a motorcycle without a shaft drive. Again, that's on you, I guess. But again, it just comes down to personal preference and what you want to do. So everything okay?
Yeah, you just need to verify it later.
Okay. And so folks, that's our quick little talk about chain and shaft drive. Now we're going to talk.
I'm such a pro.
Right. Yeah. I you know me and my theories on things. So this week, Jamie Scooter. So
we haven't been out on it, obviously, because we've been gone and it's cold.
So I decided I was going to ask her. So I'm sure there'll be a new scooter in her future in the next couple of years. So my question to her is, what what is the ultimate scooter for you? If you could build a scooter, what would you want to see on that scooter?
Um, honestly, okay, I'm 5'2", so obviously I am vertically challenged. And when that scooter is so wide, then it knocks my legs out even farther and takes away even more height. So I would love to have something that could come in a little bit more narrow if possible. I don't know if the boards need to be as wide and big as they are. Um,
And the seat width,
honestly,
I guess.
the seat width is great.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about the seat. I know it's not comfortable for you, but I can move around on it. Obviously, because of my height, I have to scoot forward on it when I come to a stop, and then I scoot back when we're riding at length. Um, I love my little ADV, and so I don't really have anything to compare it to. I do know that, like, the Vespa is not my style. I really like this little Honda because it does look like a mini motorcycle. So honestly, if I could get one, and we've looked at the 350 or
Well,
250, right?
no, the 350, if
The
it comes in the
350.
States, yeah.
Yeah, and so honestly, if that could come here, that would be like my dream. But I am interested in the VMAX. I do want to, or it's the X Max now. I want to go sit on it and see how that feels because I like the look of it. It seems a little more narrow when you look at it, but until you're on it, you never know.
And then she likes the storage part of it.
Oh my gosh, yes. I don't want to give up storage because I don't want to have a top case. Um, I am cool with that. If we talked about going on a trip and we put bags on it, I'm cool with strapping that down. I just don't know that I want a top case on mine.
And then the TFT she talked about. So some of the new scooters have new like TFTs. This is kind of old school.
Yeah, if it could be a little bit more modern, let me know how many miles I have to go. Obviously, I could calculate that, but I keep forgetting to look when we. Hey, nice to meet you too, Anthony. I keep forgetting to look at the mileage when we first get started. When we fill the tank, and then when we're done. But you know, it goes a long way on a tank of
It
gas.
does do, yeah. So
And a color, honestly, I love like I love the bikes that are in blue. I loved my little Z and I hated that I had to let that go. But something in that color wheel, the tiger that you showed tonight, I like that color. So if I could get something in that beautiful blue, ocean blue, whatever, I would be cool with that. I just don't want gray or silver. I want something with some pizzazz.
I did pull up a couple that we've been looking at. So this is the T Max,
Okay, T Max.
and
They
they
keep
actually
changing the letter.
they
right?
actually have. So this is pretty cool, folks. Um, this is the 25th anniversary of this scooter, and it looks pretty darn cool. I do like the way that it looks like a motorcycle, a little bit. Um, but very, very good looking scooter. This is a 560cc scooter, so it's big. So it may be a little big for her,
Mhm.
just size wise. But it does look really cool. Again, nice power and everything on the bike. I like the look of it. This edition looks pretty cool, I think.
So the T Max is the bigger one. So the
They make
X
us
Max must be
X-Max.
the little
Right,
one.
right.
Okay.
So this is a big one that they have that I noticed the other day, and it's pretty cool. I like the look of it. And then I also like this is new. I just found this.
Huh.
So how would you say that?
Pentete?
And this is a company I need to do more research on,
Penteta?
but they make the thing that's cool about this is they make a 125, a 150, and a 350 modern updated TFT 7-inch TFT screen. It's got the adventure type wheels like she likes, like right there. That looks like, I mean,
That looks like a little
You
mini
know.
motorcycle.
but there's the screen, what it looks like.
Wow.
So that it comes in 3 different types of bike. It's got 17 and a half horsepower for the 300, which is pretty darn good. That's not too bad. She's running now about 14, 15 maybe. But it looks really cool. So I've never heard of these people before.
A lot
So-
and more.
Yeah, so we need to look at this a little bit more. But oh, sorry. One of the things that's cool about this, it's got ABS brakes, heated grips, hand guards, adjustable windscreen, tire pressure monitor, and a engine protector.
So I'm guessing though, with that name, that is something over in Europe.
Maybe China, it may be a Chinese scooter. They do make motorcycles, it looks like. So we need to do more research on this. But I have to say that's pretty intriguing. And I like the
that.
way it's nice and thin. It looks like they've done a really good job. It just looks
Wow.
good too. I think it looks really good.
I like the look of that.
So
we need to research that.
yeah, and so we need to look at that for sure. We'll take a look at that. And then the last one, of course, is the new Aprilia SR GT, and this thing is getting tons of looks. A lot of people seem to be liking it a lot. They do have this moon theme thing that's going on, but again, I like it because it does look a little thin, a little narrower, and it looks really good. I like the look of it. It doesn't, like, the floorboards and everything don't look as big.
Right.
Now the only problem is you can get it in black, the gray, which you wouldn't want to get. You don't like that. So red would probably be the
Well,
You
that
know.
other color the last one that you did right before that boulder gray.
this one.
No, the far one to the right.
That
That one, it just looks a little like it looks better than just the other light gray.
Then the light gray
Yeah.
one.
But yeah, I'd probably go with the red one, the Aprilia.
Yeah. So, but that looks really good. Adjustable windscreen. Again, they've got a bunch of bells and whistles on there and everything. So that's kind of cool. So we've got some options that we're going to be looking at. But yeah, so folks, we've already made it 30 minutes. So we want to thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you
Hey, Anthony, I like your thinking. Perhaps meaning a female panthet.
oh, that could be.
Ooh,
That could be.
I like it.
And but really do appreciate you guys coming by. Give us a like, thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up, hit the bell so that you know when we posted. Subscribe, it's free and it helps us, and pass us along to your friends. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you guys so much. We have hit 1,600, right?
Yep, almost 1,700 now. So.
And so, that's exceeded what we thought we'd hit for the end of the year. So thank you so much. We love doing this for you. We would love to continue giving you new topics to talk about. So give us a message down below if there's a question or anything that you want us to cover. We'd love to.
All right, everybody. Stay warm. Try to get out on the bike. I'm going to try to wash mine this weekend. I want to get out and wash mine. I have to replace the turn signal on my KTM.
Yeah, it decided to take a
It
nap
took a nap in the
on
trailer.
my scooter.
Yeah, so her scooter kept it up though.
Yeah.
So that was good. So.
Yeah, she held it up.
All right, everybody. Until next time, be safe, be kind. Happy motorcycling.
Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em tech.